Legal action after she says she spent nearly 2 weeks in mental health institutions for no legitimate reason.
She claims in a recently filed lawsuit that it was orchestrated by her own mother, and others who should have protected her failed her.
NBC6 investigative reporter Amy Viteri has her story.
So legally, I can't go home.
No, you cannot.
Why?
Because you're being Baker acted.
Body camera video shows the moments Broward deputies encouraged DeMaury Hadley to get into this pickup truck with people she says she didn't know.
I can't ride with you and you guys take me?
You're going to be in handcuffs, so dog's not going to be able to come?
I don't want to be handcuffed.
Okay.
DeMaury says they took her to a hospital for a mental health evaluation after this doctor signed paperwork saying she was a risk to herself.
What he told me was, we received a call from your family that you tried to OD the night before.
A doctor she says she'd never met before. And according to DeMaury, it's her own mother who's behind it. In this lawsuit, she claims her mother, DESIREE PEREZ, used unlawful means to have DeMaury falsely detained under Florida's Baker Act and Marchman Act.
So she's the CEO of ROCNATION, a company that she owns along with Sean Carter, the famous rapper Jayz.
The complaint alleges a conspiracy, saying Perez used her money, power, and influence to tear apart DeMaury and her husband, Javon Hadley.
My God Almighty, I call heaven and earth to be a record today. That Rock Nation, you will crumble.
Views, conversations, and opinions expressed on this channel could be subjective or objective and are also for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Here on The Mix, we encourage and implore you to conduct your own research.
Hey everyone, welcome to The Mix. Like this video, share this video. As you can see what this video is going to be about, yes, DESIREE PEREZ, longtime business partner, friend, or maybe I shouldn't call her friend because Jay-Z, he disassociates himself with people, a la Diddy, remember? He said him and Diddy, through his attorney, through Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, he said he and Diddy were never friends or something like that, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's being reported, you guys, and it's been trending all day. DESIREE PEREZ, CEO, Roc Nation, being sued by daughter, yes, Jay-Z's longtime business partner, is being alleged that she conspired against her daughter and her daughter's husband, yes. Oh my gosh, this is just such a, it has so much of an evil undertone, you guys, and I'm just like, who would do this? Like, what's the motive and why? And sometimes you guys may not be an answer to things. Sometimes people want to control power and want to pull the strings, and if you're not thumping to their beat, then chaos, all hell breaks loose in your life, courtesy of them, you know, and this may be a situation like that. I'm going to do some more digging to try to find out what would be the motive for, and not to say that it's a right motive to do something like this, but to put your adult child under some type of, kind of like a conservatorship, like with Wendy Williams, what Wells Fargo has done to Wendy Williams. I think that's Wells Fargo, don't quote me on that, one of those banks or whatever, under a conservatorship. Remember Britney Spears under a conservatorship? This stuff is like really weird, but especially with these celebrities. Take note, y'all. But before I dive into the commentary, reaction, opinion, like, share, subscribe one time for your girl. Today is my birthday, 5:30. Y'all see I'm gracing the internet streets. I might go live a little later tonight, so by the time you get this, this is pre-recorded video, so it'll probably be out by then, but or out after I do my live. But yeah, birthday today. Thank you guys for hopping on that live. Those that did, Tina, Slim Jim, thank you guys for the birthday wishes. I think Rydrick, he hopped on the live as well, and I was out, so check out that live, y'all. I was out eating some Maggiano's. I am horrible with pasta. Yes, I do not know how to make pasta, y'all, so I love Maggiano's pasta, so I sat and treated myself. I had some desserts, but my live ended because my battery died. My battery had died, so I couldn't share what type of dessert I had, which I had a cheesecake, but I wanted to show you guys. So I did take some food home because it was more than enough. It was a huge, generous bowl of pasta. Chicken Alfredo, my bad. Chicken Alfredo, some asparagus, and yeah, a glass of Cabernet, my favorite wine. So, but yeah, you guys. So check out that live I did. Happy birthday to myself. Hit your girl in the Cash App, Zelle, or PayPal. It is in the description section. You can subscribe to my channel. That's a birthday gift from you to me. I appreciate you. And listen to the videos from beginning to end. Without further ado, back to what I was saying about DESIREE PEREZ. So who would think to do something like this to their daughter? And like I was saying, it's sort of like what Britney Spears, the conservatorship, Wendy Williams conservatorship, but in Florida it's called the Baker's Act. And I'm paraphrasing. Basically, the parent or some relative or whoever is affiliated with adult basically is saying that in this situation, DESIREE is saying that her daughter is going cuckoo, or her daughter is going to harm herself, or her daughter is doing drugs, and hey, put this on her. So DESIREE could have control over things, etc., you know, just feeding the courts with all this type of information. And according to DESIREE PEREZ's daughter, is false information. But like I said, what would make DESIREE want to do this? What would be her motive? That's the question. Just like I said with Tory Lanez, what would be the motive for him to want to harm either Kelsey or Megan Thee Stallion. There's no motive there when it comes to Tory Lanez. That's a total different subject. But with Desiree Perez, I believe where there's smoke, there's fire, in my opinion. And we shall see, because this is civil, y'all. It's not criminal, civil, and these are allegations, and it's currently going through the Florida courts, I think in Miami. So when this came across my desk, I was shocked, and not for the reasons you may think. I'm shocked that Roc Nation, y'all, their alleged illegal tactics are being exposed to the masses. Usually there's this type of cape, seemed like a covering over Roc Nation, and this is just my observation, my opinion, that so many things was happening, so many things going their way, but I'm like, how is all of this happening and going their way? Like, it just always seems sketchy and snakish to me. So, but I'm so used to, it seems like the media being on their side, from independent media, social media, mainstream media, all of that, and look like things are just crumbling. Yeah, so it seems like they are in someone's courtroom nowadays more than ever. So let me run it down really quickly before I share the remainder of that clip of the news channel. So you got Jayz's lawsuit with Attorney Busby. I think there's 3 or 4 different civil lawsuits going around. They're still battling out in court. Yes, they are. Alabama, I think a couple in California, and then somewhere else. Then you got Jayz also being sued by his alleged son, Ramir. I'll drop the link in the description section. I did a video on Ramir, and he told his story. He's been telling his story. He's an adult now. Ramir and I think his godmom, they filed a lawsuit against Jayz in federal court. Conspiracy lawsuit, basically. Conspiracy. Okay, and then you have Jayz and Jack Dorsey, alleged financial crimes. I did a video on that. I'll drop the link in the description. Then you have Jayz and the school, Roc Nation School, being investigated and potentially sued. Yes, I did a video on that as well. And then you have Megan Thee Stallion and the Tory Lanez case, which I've done plenty of videos on that. And I'm not sure why Megan's team is constantly inserting themselves in the Tory Lanez appeal. Tory Lanez is in prison. He got convicted, unfortunately, which I think is a miscarriage of justice. Just a side note. But at any rate, he's fighting for his life to try to get out because he said he did not do it, and I believe him. So his case is on appeal. And who wouldn't want the governor to review their case when you know or feel that you did not do what they said you did in the lower court? So who wouldn't want the appeals courts to review? So that's where we're at. I'm just not understanding why Megan Thee Stallion's legal team is inserting themselves. It just makes absolutely no sense. But at any rate, then you have Megan. She's being sued by her former, I think, assistant type of stylish, Emilio. I think that case is in Florida. I think. Don't quote me on that. I haven't did any content on that. She's being sued for, I think, lost wages or refusing to pay or something like that. And I'm paraphrasing. And also SA type of allegations. Yeah, her former assistant is suing her in civil court for SA, I think, in front of him or doing something. It's SA type of related. So then you have the Meg and the Milagro case. I haven't done any like major content on it. I support Milagro Grams. You should too, because what they're alleging, Megan's team sued Milagro, saying that she was cyber bullying Megan, which I don't see that. It's just my opinion. She's just reporting on things like everyone else, and that some type of defamation lawsuit, and they're trying to limit, to my understanding, this, I haven't read the lawsuit thoroughly, but you can do it on your own. They are trying to strip Milagro, in my opinion, based off of what I have read through articles, of her free speech via the internet, like hoping to get a ruling against Milagro and in favor of Megan. And if that happens, free speech is being under attack, and whatever happens in the court could affect you, me, etc., even if you comment. So, and I'm just paraphrasing you guys. So that's what that's at. And then you have, voila, Roc Nation, Desiree Perez, alleged conspiracy against her own daughter. Like I said, I want to know what will be the motive. Is it just simply control? It may not be a motive. Is it just control? Y'all, it's been floating around on the internet. There's pictures in the lawsuit, and I'm probably going to do a whole nother video, but the paperwork is being posted everywhere of this lawsuit. It's all on X, all on Twitter, everywhere. And the paperwork is showing that Desiree used gloves to file these false reports, to write these letters to law enforcement, and it's just like some weird type of stuff. So what would make someone go to this extent, go to this, go this far with their own child? Is it really about control and power? I don't know. Probably so, but we shall see. So I'll go ahead and do another video, because I want to see how this play out with this. Like I said, Roc Nation is in court more than ever nowadays. And I just ran it down to you, from Jayz to Megan Thee Stallion, Desiree Perez, and y'all know her history. Google her, Desiree Perez, alleged inch, alleged snitch. So yeah, I don't like touching on subjects like that, because I ain't no gang. I don't know about no DRUG cartels, none of that, etc. But just do your research on Desiree Perez, who got pardoned by Trump last time Trump was president. Yes, Roc Nation, they got Desiree Perez pardoned by Trump. So her criminal drug history was pardoned by the current president Trump during his last term. So, but yeah, you guys, let me know your thoughts down in the chat. I just gave you kind of a summary of what's going on with this, and let me play the rest of this clip. I'm gonna run some polls in the community section, so stay tuned, stay connected. This is being hosted by the news, y'all, and Desiree's daughter has a real attorney. So let me know your thoughts down in the chat. The chickens have come home to roost. Roc Nation.
Money.
Share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
She claims in a recently filed lawsuit that it was orchestrated by her own mother and others who should have protected her failed her.
NBC6 investigative reporter Amy Viteri has her story.
So legally, I can go home.
No, you cannot.
Why?
Because you're being Baker active.
Body camera video shows the moments Broward deputies encouraged DeMaure Hadley to get into this pickup truck with people she says she didn't know.
I can't ride with you and you guys take me?
You're going to be in handcuffs, so dog's not going to be able to come?
I don't want to be handcuffed.
Okay.
DeMaure says they took her to a hospital for a mental health evaluation after this doctor signed paperwork saying she was a risk to herself.
What he told me was, we received a call from your family that you tried to OD the night before.
A doctor she says she'd never met before. And according to DeMaure, it's her own mother who's behind it. In this lawsuit, she claims her mother, DESIREE PEREZ, used unlawful means to have DeMaure falsely detained under Florida's Baker Act and Marchman Act.
So she's the CEO of ROCNATION, a company that she owns along with Sean Carter, the famous rapper Jayz.
The complaint alleges a conspiracy, saying Perez used her money, power, and influence to tear apart DeMaure and her husband, Javon Hadley, and created an enterprise of individuals to effectuate her plot.
To essentially try to separate me from my husband and to falsely accuse him of domestic violence.
Perez has repeatedly denied these allegations in court filings. A month before DeMaure filed her complaint, we found her mother filed her own lawsuit against DeMaure's husband, Javon. Citing evidence, Perez says he has abused her daughter for years, something the couple has denied in court records. In that lawsuit, DESIREE PEREZ says she moved to Baker Act her daughter, fearing she was at risk of suicide and abusing prescription drugs.
I haven't seen anything in my entire 20 years of practicing law that it is so clear that someone did something wrong.
Attorney Hilton Napoleon is representing DeMaure in the lawsuit, which claims Perez harassed the couple for years, including making unfounded claims to get Javon arrested on multiple occasions for battery and domestic violence, charges prosecutors did not pursue.
The state attorney's office wrote a 11-page scathing closeout memoranda, which basically said that her mother made false allegations to the police.
In this closeout memo, a prosecutor with the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office cites DeMaure's lack of cooperation and raises concerns about some of the evidence and how it was wrongfully Baker acted last year, something her mother's attorney disputes in this letter challenging many of the memo's other conclusions.
I have 3 different collateral sources of information that say that she's been acting psychotic, that she threatened to overdose yesterday.
DeMaure's lawsuit alleges her mother conspired with prominent psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Bober, seen here in body camera video, and others to have DeMaure committed for a mental health evaluation. Bober cites supporting evidence from her family and diagnosed DeMaure with an unspecified psychosis. He ordered she be taken to Memorial Regional Hospital, where he is chief of psychiatry, and where results from drug tests taken upon admission were negative, according to records DeMaure shared with us.
They told me your tox screens came out negative, and I go, I know, I don't do drugs.
In a statement, Dr. Bober's attorney said DeMaure was placed under the Baker Act for 38 hours due to the potential risk of imminent harm she posed to herself, adding failing to take appropriate action would have been a breach of Dr. Bober's ethical and professional obligations. While DeMaure was at Memorial, her mother further petitioned to have her transported to a different facility under Florida's Marchman Act, claiming again in court records that DeMaure suffered from severe drug abuse. A judge granted that petition.
They ran the test. They knew that she had no drugs in her system and she was not abusing drugs. And the fact that you can't do anything about it is scary.
DeMaure was sent to this treatment center in Deerfield Beach, where Dr. Bober serves as medical director.
Where are the people that are supposed to protect me from this happening?
According to her lawsuit, DeMaure requested a hair follicle test at that facility called Life Skills, which detects drug use for at least the past 3 months, and which showed no drugs had been in DeMaure.